Well, welcome, thanks for checking out this video. So we're here to find out if the game controller super converter provided by Brooks is any good for your Sega Mega Drive. Now this was provided to me by a company called Shop Happily, and that is just for review purposes. So I'm pretty excited to jump in this because the Mega Drive is one of my favourite consoles, and I love to try and get any wireless controllers for this system. So here we have the box. This is what gets shipped out to us. It's well packaged, just what you'll normally get from products from Brooks itself. And you got this little sealer there, and on the back it describes what is actually available to connect to your Mega Drive with this adapter. So this adapter will enable your PlayStation 3 controller or your PlayStation 4 to be connected wired or wireless. You can also set up a fight-in stick, which is pretty awesome to get a new updated arcade stick for your Mega Drive. Now this is actually compatible as well with the PC Engine. Personally, I don't own one of these, something I would probably like to get in the future, but this is what I'm focusing on, is the Mega Drive itself. So inside the box we have the unit itself, and then the back here we've got a dual USB link. So there's two USBs into a micro USB connector. And as always with Brooks, you get a nice little sticker just to stick whenever you like. So this is the actual connector itself. There's one for the Mega Drive. So this is just a D-pin, which was used actually on other consoles like the Atari and the Commodore. So it'll be interesting to see if there's compatible with this. And then you got the PC Engine. So we've just got the one button there. And then we have the PS3, PS4 USB and the micro C. So we're going to set up now. Got this plugged into the Mega Drive itself, and that's all it indicates is just to hold down that button and then obviously press the PlayStation 3 sync button, and then you get the lights steady on both units. So let's see if this is going. Bam, and we're in. Oh yeah. So that was relatively easy just to actually sync this up, just one click of a button and then sync with the PlayStation 3. So I really enjoyed that. But if you had got any problems with syncing any PlayStation 3 controllers, I do recommend looking at the back of it. When you've got this little tiny hole, if you put a little pin, it does reset any Bluetooth sync devices to this controller. So basically I haven't used my controller for a long time, so that's probably why it was pretty simple just to get going. So after checking the buttons, I did come across a bit of a problem already. And that was if I pressed the up button, that would kind of do the special, holding down the B and C button if it was on a Mega Drive. So I'm going to try and resync this now, because normally when I got these adapters, I've had a couple in the past, and they just kind of need warming up. So for instance now, I try to do it again, and the up on the D-pad is still doing it, but using the analog stick, the actual character is moving just fine. But when I use the D-pad, I use the up, it seems to trigger some actual movements and some hit moves. So let's give this another hard reset. I chose another character, my favorite, Skate, he's awesome. And now with using the analog stick, absolutely fine. There's no latency what I can actually experience myself. I played this game plenty of times, so I would know if there's any latency coming from this itself. But if you put it under a microscope, you probably get a couple of frames, but there's nothing to actually disturb the game itself. But again, the up was triggering that. So basically again, I just did another hard reset. I just unplugged the Mega Drive itself, I plugged it back in, and then it seemed to be absolutely fine. And then I just tried it again, and there was no configuration problems at all. So basically, sometimes with these units, you just need to warm her up a bit, and then everything is good to go. So now let's hook this up with a wired connector. Let's pop that in the USB, and now into the controller, and see if there's any problems with this setup. So let's give this a go. D-pad's working fine, and all the button mapping is pretty sweet. No latency again. So that is pretty awesome. So the square button and the triangle and circle are mapped to the Mega Drive controller. Square being A, triangle being B, and then circle being C. So again, no latency problem like so. And with the PlayStation 3 controller, I do find it pretty awesome because how this actual controller is laid out with that D-pad on the top. So now with the PlayStation 3 actually confirmed and tested and warmed up a bit, let's head over to the PlayStation 4 controller. Now this actually was synced to my PlayStation 4, so I had to make sure I turned off that console. So I'm just going to do a wired connection first. I do advise actually wiring up these before trying out the wireless mode with these controllers. So literally straight in, and bam, we're in with a PlayStation 4 controller on a Mega Drive that came out in 1989. So it works absolutely awesome. Now let's try and unplug this and see how easy it is to sync up wireless. So go and press the button on the actual unit, and then just try and press the PS4 button on the controller and see what we got. Both lights are on, and yep, we're good. That's how easy and simple it was to actually sync up this PlayStation 4 controller. So I'm very happy with this actual wireless adapter you can get with the Mega Drive. So obviously there were a couple of problems initially when I plugged in the PlayStation 3 controller, but after some warming up, just turning it off and turning it back on, I found no problems at all. And then when you actually turn on your console again, you just press the PS3 button and it syncs up straight away wirelessly. So I'm pretty excited that it wasn't just that problem and we got this resolved. The PlayStation 4 controller was even easier, and that was just literally plugging the USB. So I do advise just hooking up these with the USB actual cable first and then going wireless. Another feature that this actual adapter has is you can actually change the button layout, so you can map each button to a different button. That would be on the Mega Drive. I never actually did this myself because I just found this actually comfortable the way it was set up, so I didn't want to go fiddling with that. Also, this may be compatible with consoles like the Atari and Commodore 64, and again it does have that PC engine. But one thing I want to try and test out is this Sega Saturn wireless controller that I bought from 8-Bit Dough. It's an awesome controller and it's my preferred way of actually playing my 2D games. So I've had this set up with my PlayStation Classic and also the Mega Drive Mini. It works like a charm. Hopefully we'll just give this a go to see if this is actually compatible, because this will be awesome. Let's plug it into the USB. Let's try the sync buttons. So holding down that and then pressing the start. They're both flashing. Is it going to work? Let's try it again. Oh, we got some lights going on. Let's see if it's actually working. No, it's not doing anything. Oh man, love this controller. That's a shame. But the PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation 4 for your Mega Drive is still an awesome experience in itself. Just to quickly mention, you can also update the firmware on these little units, so in case there's actually further updates of compatibility, it is pretty sweet. Personally, I didn't have to do this because I found it works straight away. These are actually provided by Shop Happily, but they do have a store on the Amazon UK, so this literally took me the next day for delivery. So I'll put the link in the description below, and as always, if you like this video, hit that button. You want to support, click subscribe, leave your comments below, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.